I'm Snyder.
And I'm Aden Matthews.
And welcome back to another YouTube podcast. I want to stop and shop for everything and anything related to YouTube.
Welcome to episode 11. We're going to be starting a trend in these, doing a little bit of interview content, which we had talked about previously. Now we're actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pretty excited about it. We've got as our very first guest on the podcast, Mr. JaytheZoomster.
What's going on, everyone?
You sound like us in the last episode where we're all raspy and tired.
Oh, yeah. I just got over the flu. That's... Goddamn.
Surprised I haven't got it yet, believe it or not. I'm usually like prime suspect for that.
Yeah. I think I know both
did
of
not
us
expect
have
it.
It's not fun, dude. It's not fun.
It's not. I'm feeling better now, though, so I'm not running a fever anymore, so that's good.
That is very good. Good for you.
We're
anyway,
for that.
Before we get into our interview, we got our copyrighted segment, the best segment of all time. The one that everybody comes for.
Yes.
One that takes up half the podcast.
I think this is the segment I actually skip.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you really?
Okay.
That's nice. I'm glad we're doing a great job here.
We're going to get blasted in the interview now. All my nice questions are thrown out now. That's how it goes. Trash my favorite segment. Anyway. Zach.
Why are the majority of your videos such garbage? Do you want to start with me this week? Or wait, is that what
how was your week on YouTube?
Yo,
Trademark.
My week on YouTube was not as productive as I wanted it to be, but the videos I did get put out did really well. So it turned out to be super interesting. I got off track because, and I think I mentioned this last week a little bit, because this is kind of like, the way we record these things. But
sure,
the Taylor Swift video happened, and the copyright behind that happened, and that took me back like 3 to 4 days, and then the sickness and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't get as many videos on as I had wanted to, but I did get out a video about watch time, 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube, because that was what we talked about last time with the new news and all that kind of stuff, with small YouTube channels having to meet that requirement. And that got over 100 views and got a lot of comments, which was really cool because I had shared it in a lot of Facebook groups with small creators, and I was able to get a lot of like good community feedback from that, and good vibes all around, which was awesome.
Real talk though, I do love that video.
Yeah,
I think that video was great. I wouldn't have put nearly as much work into that. I would have just been like, you better start podcasting, you better start live streaming, which you do talk about. But with actual math involved, which kind of backs up your points a little bit better.
Yeah, it was super
just
weird.
Anecdotal stuff. So
it was super
I like the
weird
graphs
how that
too.
happened, because it was late at night. It was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and this was just a night that I had planned on staying up late anyways. And I was trying to figure out for myself, as far as 4,000 hours of watch time, where I was at in those regards, and trying to figure out how I could get more watch time out of the next year and see what I could do. And so I ended up just doing a bunch of math, and I was like, yo, let me turn this into a video, because that's just what I do with everything.
Sure.
So it worked out well, though. I'm glad everybody liked it, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
We got the first episode of the podcast out for the year on Sunday, and then I got my first recap out for the year, which was like 2 weeks late, but nonetheless. And I thought I was going to have a lot of copyright issues. I thought I was going to have to re-edit it and everything like that. Uploaded it, not a single copyright issue at all. Nothing.
That surprised me.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Like, I can even monetize this shit if I wanted to. If, we could monetize.
If you know.
Yeah. So that was cool. I don't know if that's going to be like that for all of these coming up with the Marvel movies, but I'm interested.
I wonder if it was like your gift and your retribution for the Taylor Swift video.
Maybe.
It's paid sacrifice, and now the copyright gods are like, I don't love
Wasn't
that.
wasn't the Taylor Swift video like with Warner Brothers or something?
I think so. Yeah.
That's funny because so were all the other movie recaps.
They're
that
pretty
you've done
bad about it.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of weird.
Well, because
Think
I
about
didn't
that, and then
have any issues with the DC movies.
You didn't?
Mhm.
No, not a single one.
Oh, okay.
So that was interesting too.
Well, they need the
Yeah.
publicity. Marvel doesn't. So.
But then again, there goes your there goes your Scooby Doo one, which took you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Death Note one took you, but I don't know. Recap is just like
Yeah.
a Russian roulette of if it's gonna go through.
There's something weird. Scooby Doo recap has been getting a lot more views in the last like month. Like it's
That's
at like
weird.
250.
I will say
That's
that is
weird.
one of my favorite recaps, though, so that doesn't
It's
surprise
pretty
me.
good.
Yeah.
That's one of the top tier recaps, I feel.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad.
Partially because I've seen that movie, too, so that helped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't have a connection with Iron Man at all. I still haven't seen Iron Man, but Scooby Doo,
Really?
oh,
Wow.
hello. No, I haven't, yeah.
Interesting.
Good.
It's pretty good.
I don't know if it was 93 Rotten Tomatoes good, but I don't know.
Shit, I think it was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think the end is where people hit it up.
Mhm.
From what I saw, anyway. That was just my impression.
Yeah, for sure. Iron Man aside, I was thinking about this yesterday and kind of wanted to mention it in the podcast because it might be interesting. As a lot of people know, I follow Gary Vee a lot on YouTube. And I don't nearly watch as much content from him as I used to, mainly just because I've been trying to execute more stuff that he mentions more than just like watching him every day. But one of his big philosophies is that is to document over create a lot on like social media. So basically what this means is if you're going to do a vlogging series, focus on getting it out there, focus on documenting everything that you're doing. Don't worry so much on the production side, which is kind of counterintuitive to what we do as creators. But in terms of like Instagram and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff, instead of worried about making these like really polished videos or content for that kind of stuff, it's you want to more along the lines of document it on there.
Sure.
What I'm like thinking about doing is one of the problems that I find myself getting into when making content is that there's always more content that I want to make that I don't have time for. And so what that ends up doing is it actually stops me from being able to enjoy as much video games or as many movies or TV shows or whatever it is. I find myself putting things aside to watch or consume any kind of media because I want to make sure I have time to make content on it. A big one of these things is anime. Like there's so much anime that I want to watch out there, but because I'm not able to turn it into content as often as I want to, I just don't watch it. So one of the things I was thinking about doing is starting a side YouTube channel dedicated to uncut stuff, and it wouldn't be anything that I would want to like. I wouldn't advertise it. I wouldn't share this content anywhere. It would just kind of be like a documented like place for me to just put my unadulterated, uncut, unedited thoughts about, let's say I watch this one episode of an anime and I decide to talk about it. So I talk about it. I just like record my thoughts on it, upload it. Don't worry about how many views or anything like it gets. But then that also helps me in the creative process later on if I decide to do a seasonal review or a recap on this particular anime, then I can go back and watch my thoughts and my reactions immediately to them and, kind of make that easier on the production side of those videos. So I don't know. I was just curious what your thoughts may be on something
That sounds
like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it could work. I will say one of the most like gangster of OG of YouTube, one of the most OG gangster YouTube moves out there is to make a channel, don't advertise it at all, build like an incredible catalog of like really good videos, and then just drop it on everybody, and then like drop the mic and be like, "Yo, here's all this freaking content, and here it all is, and it's all really well produced, and now I'm going to show it to you all. I've been hiding it behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
like, that's
absolutely.
just badass in general.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
People who do that get a lot of respect, because not only do you have to run like your channel that everybody's watching you on, but also put a good bit of time into your secret project that you don't want anybody to know about. Right. So then when the day comes when you finally drop it, you can just kind of like step back and be like, yeah, I did that. That's cool.
Did this thing. Yeah. But like, this wouldn't be, it wouldn't be exactly like that though, because I wouldn't be editing this kind of stuff. You know, it would be more like old YouTube, where a lot of people just kind of uploaded their thoughts about movies that they watched and enjoyed without editing it and stuff like that. And it wouldn't be because, oh, I'm lazy and I don't want to edit this stuff. It'd be more like, because I'm trying to document these things. Like, I'm trying to document this kind of content that I've consumed during this time. And then, like, if people wanted to watch it, like, yo, that's cool. And if it, like, you know, a few months from now, I could be like, hey guys, I got this other thing. If you want to see more stuff from me, you know, here's the thing. But I don't know. Something interesting.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Sure. It didn't cost you much anyway.
Right. Wouldn't hurt anything. What you think, Jay?
Right. Just more stuff.
I'm curious about your thoughts, actually.
It's pretty interesting. I'll go ahead and say that. I'm not sure if I would do it or look at that as something I would want to pursue, but I could definitely see it paying off in a lot of regards.
Okay. Cool. But yeah. Other than that, I got banned from the Marvel subreddit.
That's fucking great.
So that's...
What'd you do? They don't have a self-promo rule, do they?
No, I posted an Iron Man recap. That was it.
Bad man.
So you spammed.
Apparently, if you post a video on multiple subreddits, and the mods of a Reddit sees this, they'll just ban you for spam, even though that's the only post you ever put in the fucking.
See, that's the problem. The only post you put in the Reddit was a self-promo post. So you gotta think about this in a logistic way. They're looking at the subreddit that they own and they try to keep clean, and then they see this one motherfucker come in, post his review of Iron Man, when people could just be like putting in discussions about the new movies, and they're like, wow, get this piece of shit out of there and just delete it.
Well, that's the risk with marketing on Reddit. Is
definitely,
it's hard to find that line between trying to get your stuff out there and being a dirty spammer clogging up this well and good forum. And oftentimes it's different depending on where you go, and you know, sometimes those rules aren't easily available. Sometimes you got a lot of hard asses in a Reddit who don't want to fuck with you at all, you know, and sometimes they're really accepting.
There was something with Reddit. It really is a dice roll. So there's the Arrow subreddit, and I shared one of my Arrow videos on it. Mm-hmm. And they got a lot of support. They were like, yeah, I really agreed with what you said in the video, and I think there was a pretty well done video. I'm like, sweet, that's nice. Then some guy came along and said, wow, since your post is going to get removed anyway, I'll just go ahead and remove it right now. By the way, you broke subreddit rules. I posted the video once, and they allow self-promo one time. And so I asked like what I did wrong, because they allowed it one time per week, and I just did it my once per week, so I didn't break any rules. Right. And they went on to say that, well, first of all, I can't believe you'd be so vain and to think that people here should give your single video a second of their time to watch. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Dang.
What crazy. The fuck? And so I took his just rudeness with stride, and I said, okay, thanks. And they were like, wow, you're being so ignorant and stupid and arrogant with that okay, thanks comment. Wow, I'm just going to delete your post. And then I got like a 7-day ban. It's just, it's such a gamble, because then you get people who don't, subreddits that don't care. And then you get subreddits that care too much. And then you got to be careful when you go to Reddit to share stuff.
Yeah. And you hear stories like that all the time. Mm-hmm. But the reason people still do it is it still makes YouTube channels to this day. H3 gets #1 videos because of Reddit. Anthony Fantano gets big because of Reddit, right?
Exactly. A lot of my videos that have done really well, it's because of Reddit.
Supernatural. That
Yeah.
video did extremely well because of Reddit, and it's crazy. It just really is that what you don't really think that it's going to cause that much of a problem when you post something there.
Right.
Yeah. I recently had
risk.
somebody asking me to do a tutorial on sharing things in Reddit, and so I'm going to. I just got to figure out I got to do my research more because it is such a dice roll, and it really just kind of depends on the subreddit itself. Because even though the Marvel subreddit did not have a self promo rule, they still the moderators still, banned me from it. So, guess we'll see.
I also think banning is too far of a thing for something that's like a first time offense.
Right.
Definitely think warning is first, or
Agreed.
It's just you got to think maybe warning, or even if you are going to ban them, 7-day ban, 2-day ban, something like that. It's not full-time ban.
Right. But
Yeah. It just comes down to the crew and the Reddit you're at, really. And I find that it's really bad to hear stories like that in smaller subreddits where they really can't afford to, kick out new people like that.
right. Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, obviously the Marvel one's probably huge, I'd imagine, but something like Arrow probably can't afford to just kick people out randomly like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm willing to bet. That was interesting. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. It's kind of just a little joke, but it was a thing that just happened. So, thought I would
Sorry if I derailed anything. I thought that was
No.
interesting.
Definitely interesting. Glad we talked about it. But anyways, Aden, your week on YouTube, trademark.
It's been like most weeks in January where there hadn't been anything because I've been stuck out here. I did manage to get my hard drive today, so I'm gonna look through there and see if there's any old thing I can potentially upload.
Nice.
But aside from that, it's still gonna be a while. This move has taken forever. I'm trying to fix that pipe and stuff in there. And apparently a bird got into our old house too. I don't know how that happened.
Oh.
So that was kind of scary. You walk in, you see this bird over here, and like, oh, all right, they've taken over.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, you're ready to attack.
He protect, or does he protect?
He protect, but most importantly, he is snack.
Exactly.
I'd eat that. I'd eat a bird like that. But aside from that, though, mainly all this week has just been nothing but podcast mania of doing the last another YouTube podcast, this one, and then Alliance on a Nerdcast, and a 25th of another Nerdcast where I show up like last minute because of internet and stuff.
That was funny.
But it was about anime, so who cares?
Anime is garbage.
All right. Several tweets here and there. Been watching a lot of stuff as far as that's concerned. Try to keep up with everybody's things here and there and watch them. And that's been about it, really. Just kind of a lull, really.
Yeah.
Hope to get back into it soon. College has started back up, though, so that's not fun.
That's something,
I'm not looking forward to that.
I understand.
I'm finally doing classes now, and I'm like, oh, I forgot how boring this was. Jeez.
Yeah.
Because during the breaks, you're like, oh, this is great. And then you go back and you're like, hold on. Wait a minute.
Life still sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no hope. No hope anymore.
I understand. 100%.
But that was my week on YouTube. What about you, guest boy?
So, my week on YouTube hasn't been much. I did plan to have a lot of stuff coming out, but the CW shows come back on. I was like, I can go ahead and I can get videos out because of this. And then I got the flu, which literally prevented me from making any kind of content because I was regulated to my bed.
Yeah.
So I did for the past couple of days. I've been getting together, so that's kind of productive.
That's good. Yeah, it's rough. I think what we'll see with both of you guys is that doing YouTube, sometimes life gets in the way, as it always does, and everything.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of content. I
That's
found
cool.
some cool news channels, so it's not like I've been away from YouTube as the website itself. It's I do most of my spending of time on.
Is it me, or has the YouTube recommendations actually been getting good lately?
Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to bring up. It's actually kind of interesting. Um,
I think I've. Okay.
yeah, I meant to open the YouTube app to look at the recommendations and a video started. So, um,
I think I've like found about 10 new channels that I really genuinely like in the last month,
yeah,
which is
it's
pretty cool.
crazy.
And I just found like a couple more this morning. So that's cool. YouTube's getting some of their shit together.
Stuff haters.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Sub haters. I also
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, what I was just gonna have one last kind of point is like I looked at I sent you like a screenshot a couple days ago, and this was actually like 2 days ago. I think I went ahead and I looked into my channel statistics, watch time, and everything like that. And I found out that I had like 20,000 minutes of or hours of watch time. I think it was like it was a pretty
hours,
or not 20,000
20,000
hours.
minutes. Okay, I was
It
gonna
might
say
have been. Hold on. Let me check again. So it wasn't 20,000 hours, but it was up there, right?
Okay.
Which made me look at the 4,000. Is it four? It's 4,000 hours, right?
Yeah.
And made me think about that and think that if I can get 20,000, which I think it was around the 24,000 area, if I can get that in minutes with like one big video, which was the supernatural video, if I can get multiple big videos, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Plus, over a year
100%.
time, I thought that really it's a lot easier than I did at first. Actually, looking at the numbers and how much I've actually gotten, so that was kind of like a breakthrough moment, I guess, where I was like, okay,
yeah, definitely. When I did that math for that one video, it was amazing to me how realistic it actually seemed if you just like put in some work throughout the year and get some, like, number one, if you get like a few viral videos, that definitely helps. But then the other side of the thing is just kind of like getting out a decent amount of content throughout the year. Like, it doesn't even have to be a crazy amount, just,
yeah, definitely. And it's interesting. It definitely opened my eyes because, again, 20,000 minutes is far away from 4,000 hours.
Yeah.
But looking at how much, because I didn't think I was even making that much. Yeah. And I didn't even think I was making that much in watch time. So to see that I was getting into the like 20,000 minutes, that was mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that was one of my favorite insights from your mathematical video, just in general. Just like, not only do you figure out how much stuff you need to be at, but you really kind of figure out how big channels end up surviving, right?
Right.
Especially when they rely on less videos. You kind of, through that chart, are able to look like, oh, geez, these videos have to do really well if you post them out. You really, if you're a big channel like that, you can't afford a bomb, or at least not 2 or 3 of them.
Well, and it's not even just like, what was insane to me is like the numbers that I used was still extremely small in the grand scheme of things. Like every number was still like under 1,000. I think the highest number I used was 1,000 views for a video. And that's if you do like 24 videos a year. So that's like two videos a month. So it's like, if you're able to pump out a good video a month and get like 10,000 views on those things, like, you're doing great. And that doesn't even that doesn't even put into the perspective of these channels that are getting millions of views a day. So it's, it's definitely.
Or your grumps who are putting out like 3 videos a day that are all doing gangbusters, right?
Exactly. Like, yeah. Like, they're doing amazing.
They fill that requirement out in like a couple of days, not even a week.
Right.
What would take other channels maybe like 2 or 3 weeks or a month, but that goes to show you like why Let's Plays are still such a big part of YouTube.
Exactly.
And if people still watch them, they'll have that power for a while.
Yeah, and I want to move into the interview, but I also wanted to mention right quick that with you guys having being sick and being not able to record and stuff, and I just recently was sick and had to deal with that. I think it does go to show that having some kind of scheduling, some kind of planning ahead definitely does help to a certain extent. Even if you're not big into the scheduling and planning ahead, it can help.
It definitely does. My problem was that I had stuff planned ahead that I was about to go ahead and get recorded, and then my equipment broke. Like a whole bunch of shit all at one time. So I was kind of just hit over the head. Then I get everything back, and then it's my birthday, so I kind of take a day with my family.
Yeah.
And then I get sick. So that was been like
the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely sucks. I get it though. I think anybody that's ever done anything on YouTube understands that though, because it's like life is life, and you just kind of have to deal with it.
Or record so far ahead that like have an enormous backlog.
Yeah, which is hard unless you're doing Let's Plays, and then it's super easy.
Yeah.
And I kind of like missed that because I wouldn't,
Things are a lot more down in the wire when you're not relying on Let's Plays like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
Fair enough. But with that, we have everybody's week on YouTube trademark. And I'll let Zach explain what we're moving into now. Why eat some beef stroganoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be interviewing Jay, kind of nonchalant, kind of like a little, not more casual more than anything. Just kind of talk to Jay about some of the things that we wanted to talk about, YouTube specific, and his journey on YouTube and such. And hopefully we'll get some good advice from Jay. Hopefully we'll get some good talking points. We'll learn some stuff. He'll learn some stuff. You guys will learn some stuff. And we'll be able to, go from there. And then we plan on doing this with other guests as the year continues.
Sure. Expect it to be a bit casual. We're not going to go too in-depth here.
Exactly.
And also, we're not going to get every question done.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to try to just find some unique points and hopefully hone in on some interesting stuff, like Zach said.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, I guess me and Zach will just sort of swap off asking questions here.
That'd be awesome, but you have to send me the questions.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I mean, you got a good point. You got a good point there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Very seldom am I wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Planning, guys. We got it on lock. All right. Don't be mistaken.
Unprofessional.
I mean,
okay.
Honestly, but.
So we're gonna start with probably the most stereotypical questions when it comes to YouTube.
Okay.
What got you into the platform, and when did you first start? So kind of like early moments in YouTube for you.
What got me into the platform was making money. No, actually, what got me into it? Like, are you talking about like how I discovered YouTube, stuff like that?
What was some of the early stuff you watched? What kept you on there in the early days?
Okay, so let me think back. I discovered YouTube when I was going to clean my room and I wanted to listen to music, and I found out that you can listen to music on this website, which was mind-blowing to like a 9-year-old, I think. So I looked up the soundtrack from Sonic Adventure 2 and cleaned my room. So Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack was like my most watched thing on YouTube. After that, I started to realize that I could watch like series on YouTube, I guess it kind of was, and I started watching some of the YouTube channels that you would watch. Like I watched Smosh, I think, for a big time, and of course I don't look back on them very kindly in the way that their content has changed. However, I do look back on them like, okay, that's how I got into YouTube. My sister also contributed because she would show me like Smosh, Niga Higa, stuff like that, Epic Mealtime.
Sure.
A bunch of channels like that. So that's kind of what got me into it. As me around, Josh Jepson's Let's Play of Ocarina of Time was the first Let's Play I ever watched, and it was the first time I ever discovered that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mind blowing to me to see that somebody could record video on the internet. That's something I didn't think was possible. So I enjoyed that, and then I don't know. I stumbled upon his versus race with attacking toucans, and that was just again amazing to me that you could put two on the screen and race with those and have commentary over somebody who's not in the same room with you. This was mind blowing, and I was like I want to say 12 or 13 at this point, and then I decided to sign up for YouTube. And at this point, I was making stupid videos with a camcorder that had like no reason to exist at all. And then I downloaded an emulator, downloaded a screen recorder, and made an Ocarina of Time Let's Play.
There you go. So it begins. Part 2 is the first one on that channel.
Yes, it is. You can catch part 2. Can't find part 1 though because I think I deleted it. But
that's great.
I feel like we all have deleted videos in our past.
Oh, I'm sure. If you're like me, you put them on a separate channel and watch people laugh at you from afar. It's the best. I wanted to hone in on the Smosh thing, especially because, like, yeah, while they're not like up to snuff or how they used to be, around the time there was no one really else like them around.
Yeah,
there was no one else I felt who was doing that high quality of skit work with the camera movements, with props, with jokes, with delivery, with how fast they were going. Like 2006 YouTube, what are you going to find other than an occasional music video or trailer, and then you see something like that? So I don't know.
Parody videos.
Right, they were
super big.
They were on Newgrounds, and they kind of migrated over to YouTube as well. And that was a big part of the internet. And then Let's Plays.
Let's Plays. Again, like, just the thought that people could record themselves, I said, was like mind blowing. It's not something you think was possible.
We're talking about for you, like, what, 7 years ago? 7, 8 years ago?
Yeah, around that time.
Okay.
Around the 2010 area. When, again, I was like 8 or 9. And it was 2013 specifically, I remember when I made my channel in 2012. And then 2013, I made my first couple videos.
Okay.
Because I made a channel to subscribe to Josh Jepsen.
Cool. Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Definitely. So, like, you started watching Josh Jepsen doing Let's Plays and stuff like that. Is that the specific thing that got you into doing Let's Plays, or was there a little bit more to it? Like when it comes down to like the content that you wanted to make back then, and we can get into like your newer content, and you know, throughout the thing. But like your first content, was it like specifically Josh Jepsen that kind of like got you to doing that, or was it more to it?
It was. This is gonna be the most cliche thing that I've ever said, but I used to play video games and act like I was commentating over them even before I knew what Let's Playing was. And I look back on a lot of people who get into this YouTube this kind of way, and they always say the same things. They say
same is true for me.
Yeah, they would commentate over video games while they were playing them, and that's what I used to do. So it was that, coupled with learning that you could actually record it, coupled with learning that people actually post this kind of shit online, and I was like, yo, I can do this. And plus, Josh Jepsen was funny. I thought my 12-year-old ass was hilarious. So I sat down and I made it, and it was like. Yeah, it was mostly Josh Jepsen, the fact that I loved Ocarina of Time and other video games, and just the idea of doing something like this. That was really interesting to me.
That's cool.
Sure.
Yeah, if you look back at like Nintendo Capri Sun, he back in like his early 20s and stuff, and even when he was younger than that, before YouTube was even thought of, he recorded himself with like VHSs and like tape players and stuff, like playing video games. Way before the internet, so that's kind of cool to see that, you know, it still happens today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People like experience like, you know, Let's Plays in general.
It's really cool. And 2013 would have roughly been kind of the height, or at least, you know, one of the peaks of Let's Plays where like everybody was spurting getting on it.
Yeah.
Especially with like Game Grumps 2012 and Runaway Guys and all these other people coming out. Like you still have your old crew, but they got like big in 2013.
Also, that was around the time that Markiplier and PewDiePie were getting steam.
Yeah.
We could talk about PewDiePie for a
generation.
while. That was my life.
Was that an inspiration or not really?
Yes, I don't like to admit it now, but PewDiePie was an inspiration to me. And
Interesting.
it comes down because I just thought he was funny.
Sure.
I thought that him screaming at the top of his lungs, making random noises and being annoying was hilarious. But then again, I was like, what, 12?
That's why you
So
were.
I thought I'm like top audience for him right there.
Yeah, that's most children. But it's fine.
He was also kind of a PewDiePie early on was kind of like just sort of a dork a little bit, like
He was.
you know, this kind of weirdo Swedish guy, you know, making noises, right?
Yeah.
Like commentating over these weird kind of games that no one else played at the time. Like
it was less of it, that's got to be a big part of his popularity, other than just his random screaming, was that he's charismatic too. He had a reason for you to watch his videos because him as a person was interesting.
Sure.
That's what got me into watching him like over the last year and a half. 'Cause I was in the anti-PewDiePie camp for the longest time. Mainly because I didn't watch any of it. But also, like, what I had seen briefly and what I had heard about him was that he was just a guy that screamed over video games. And I was so much used to, like, the Nintendo Capri Sun type Let's Playing.
Chill dude in their 30s playing a game that they really liked, kind of just casual, you know.
I think another reason why I was kind of more open to PewDiePie was I found Attacking Toucans pretty early. And he's got like he had very similar kind of commentary techniques.
Yeah.
And of course I met him through Josh Jepson and the verses and all that kind of stuff. So that all kind of linked together.
Right.
One led to another. You're just like, ooh, what's this channel? And you kind of go through like 20 different channels and stuff. It's great. It's great when you're first starting out YouTube and you know nobody. And all of a sudden you find like great channel after great channel after great channel. It's like a gold rush.
It's cool. Yeah. I definitely enjoyed it.
And then now it's kind of like less fun to do that because you know everybody.
I would say though, I think it's still cool, like finding interesting channels because I get so much into like a routine with the channels that I watch. It's like here's the like 30 channels that they uploaded something today. I'd stop doing what I'm doing and watch it. I've got about another 200 channels that I'll watch every once in a while. You know, when I need content to watch or whatever. But more often than not, I find myself almost feeling like I need more stuff. And I
need more.
Not in the sense of like, oh, I don't have enough to watch, but more like it's cool to find something new.
I need diversified content.
Right. Buddy. And it's hard to find diversified content. Because
it's all the same shit.
Exactly. So when you find something new and good, it's
gotta add that good to there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gotta be good like my beef stroganoff. It's pretty good. There's not a lot of beef stroganoff YouTube channels out there, man.
You could be the first. You could be the first.
It's probably true. I don't know. You can definitely find a lot of new channels out there. A lot of them are a lot smaller. And it can be a bit tough to sort of sort them out, but it's just as rewarding when you find them. I'll agree with that.
I like finding the small stuff. If I can find like a good small channel like that, super rewarding for me. Just because it's like, hey, you know, I'm also small. Number one, let's collab. Not necessarily.
I knew that was coming. That's what you gotta chat them up. You gotta be like, yo, this is a nice channel.
You gotta go business mode
you
first.
You want to be YouTube friends? That's my favorite comment in the world.
It's a great comment.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I wanted to ask
yeah.
briefly: was JaytheZoomster the original name, or was it a different one?
Fuck no. You want to know what the original name was?
Yes.
The original
I'm ready.
Name. You ready? Fucking Cool Kid Fort. All right, now I'm being legit with you. It's right the fuck here. It's in the fucking chat.
All right.
JaytheZoomster came 4 fucking later. Okay. Cool Kid Fort. funnily enough, that's my YouTube name because that's my Roblox username. So I made my. God damn it, Zach. And then when I changed my Roblox username to this Jim right here, I changed my YouTube channel to that, and I rocked with that for quite a bit.
I see. The amazing cool kid.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy. You gotta inject that.
The amazing.
The JaytheZoomster moniker came when I started getting into the comic books, stuff like that, and I watched The Flash, and I was like, that's kind of a cool name. It actually kind of came from trying to think of an Instagram username. Because I was trying to post more stuff to Instagram, like comic book related things. So I was thinking, hey, it'd be cool if I could grow an Instagram account. That never panned out, but the name, I figured JaytheZoomster was kind of cool because I was James, and then Zoom was a cool villain on the TV show. So I was like, I could just do that. And it's like Speedster Zoomster, and it's kind of dumb, but I think it's kind of funny at the same time, to the point where it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely don't think it's stupid. That's so stupid that people would get turned off from the channel. I just think that it's kind of, I don't know, a little charming maybe.
It's kind of like a cheesy dumb, but not like
that's what it is.
It's really bad. Yeah, I agree.
It's not a cool kid for it kind of dumb. It's more, it's like that kind of cheesy, kind of tongue in cheek, kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Cool Kid 4 does sound like a Let's Player name though.
It does.
I mean, I get a very Let's Player vibe.
You can't have a consistent and seriously going YouTube channel with Cool Kid 4. JaytheZoomster, you can, in my opinion. There's you can do that.
When JaytheZoomster, you can do more with it too, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. It's a brand name. It's not Cool Kid fucking 4.
Yeah.
Got that brand.
Yeah, that was my first name. JaytheZoomster was not. Was that a question, or was that just like an add-on to the?
No, I just thought of that at the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, since you mentioned that, a lot of your YouTube journey specifically has been on collab channels and shit.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Is that a question too, or is that just another off the top of the head?
That one was. That one was.
Okay, so
it's a real question.
I've had one collab channel, I think. But that one was a big part of my journey throughout this website.
Okay, I thought it was two.
Yeah, it's just been one, and we've just changed the name around a couple times.
Gotcha.
So the Cool Kid 4 thing started, and then it was the Amazing Cool Kid for a while, and then Parker, kind of my best, my friend Parker, he's getting into it. He made he had his channel Dova Gleam Productions. And which is, again, it's another stupid fucking name.
You mean the best name? I think that's what you were trying to say. Must have slipped.
And we made videos together, and that was mind blowing. That was my first collaboration. That's crazy, right? To make your first collab, right? That's just insane.
Yeah.
So having made that, I was like, you know what? I want to do this a lot. So we made a channel. And the channel was supposed to be kind of in the same vein as the Runaway Guys and other group channels like this. And so we sat down and we made it. And we had it going pretty consistently for a while, I think. That's about it. As to why, again, it was just really fun to make collab stuff. It was really interesting, and I thought that it would be very, very cool to always have somebody there to talk to while playing through games.
Right. It makes it a lot easier, too. It's a different dynamic in which, no longer are you the only sole person that has to do everything. Kind of being able
not just
to be
dude talking to yourself playing video games. You're talking to somebody else. You're having a conversation.
You're sharing the work. You're sharing the work with others. You're having a fun time that way. And video games have always kind of been a collaborative thing, too, that work out pretty well.
Yeah, you can just sit there. Two people can talk while somebody else is playing a video game, and it's entertaining.
Did you do it over Skype, or was it an in-person kind of deal?
It'd be differently, because Parker would come over to my house sometimes. I'd go over to his, and we'd just play video games and record there. Or it'd be over Skype. There wasn't any time where it was only one or the other.
Well, see, I was the kid who was like, "Yo, could I go over to my friend's house to record that?" And she's like, "No." So it only would be Skype until the one night I finally got to go over there, and my capture card didn't work.
Recording in the same place as someone is it's a different feeling.
Yeah,
it's super different.
But I like it. It's kind of more intimate in a way, and it's kind of like this is an actual conversation between two human beings.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to cut people off when you have like calls like this, but when you're like face to face, person to person, you kind of feel the conversation and where it's going. Yeah,
definitely. I understand 100% now. What were you saying?
Logistically,
well, actually,
you see what I was doing there?
Yeah, I got you. We do it all the time.
When looking at how collabs go, most of the time it is pretty hard to do them in person, unless you know the person in person, of course. Because say Zach and I couldn't do a video in person because he lives in another state, so it's hard in some cases like that to do it in person. But if I can, I try to.
Yeah.
I think the reason we asked that question in general too is just because like what you said, you kind of have to know the person, and you were very lucky to have Parker there at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Also kind of like your best friend in the world who was also interested in it, and it kind of worked out a lot better than, let's say, me and you meet when we're 12 on the internet and we try to get something to go,
definitely.
Right? It's a lot harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because he could just come over and we could design the channel one day, and that just happens. It's a lot easier that way.
It's pretty cool. One of the things that I would mention to Aden before we did the recording was that the way that me and you met, James, was kind of like you were the first one to comment on a video of mine within the collab channel that you two had.
Yeah.
But then he was the first person that I had ever talked to like on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was interesting how it kind of like you were kind of shy back then, weren't you? Kind of just did not want to appear on.
So this like links up to now. I have anxiety issues, right? Like that's a big problem with me. And so the thought, and this has died off recently, and I'm so happy it has because of what I'm trying to do with YouTube and everything. This kind of has to die off. But I was terrified of the thought of talking to somebody online that I've never spoken to. It scared me. And so Parker just kind of hit you up first and was like, yeah, I'll introduce you. And then he did it. And I don't remember exactly when it happened. But he did introduce us at one point. And yeah, it was weird because I started talking to you first. We were the first people to talk in this kind of group. But he was the first person to actually do a video with you.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Parker move.
A lot together before like me and you ever did anything together.
Yeah. And again, it came from the anxiety problem where I was terrified to kind of talk to new people.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what if Zach was a pedophile, and then you would have dodged a bullet?
I mean, what if Zach still? I can't make jokes like that. We can't make jokes like this. People are getting
Shane Dawson Part 2.
Shane Dawson Part 2. YouTube's not like it used to be. Man, that is
great.
Very unfortunate because jokes are jokes, but either way.
As shitty as they are.
He was big too early on.
Yeah, I used to watch his shit too.
He was killing it.
I still do watch his shit, but that's because he's evolved. It doesn't make the sense he collabs.
Exactly.
Yeah, collabs.
Wait,
Skit.
is Shane Dawson not part of the the other channel you said that the early skits that I've never seen, but everybody else Smosh? I thought Shane Dawson was part of Smosh.
No,
okay.
He did a video or two with them, I think, but yeah, he wasn't part of it. Never check out Shane Dawson's early shit. They're all bad and cringy jokes. All right, his new shit though, where he does like documentary type videos, those are fucking interesting.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing where you come to find out is everything that you thought was amazing on YouTube 2006, 2007, 8, 9, and 10 turns out was all garbage. None of it was good.
Except for Nintendo Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Except for Josh Jepson.
Ray William Johnson. Anybody ever watch Ray William Johnson?
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I still enjoy that.
the majority of it falls by the wayside. But still, those inspirations, they don't leave, despite the content fall and despite where these people end up going. You know, all you need is that inspiration, and you're ready to go. So.
I know that Shane Dawson and Smosh were Parker's biggest inspirations. He actually didn't start as a like Let's Player, of course, because if you go back and you look at like Puck2475, he was doing kind of as dumb as the content was. He was doing kind of skit level content.
Well, it's easier to do. You don't need a
definitely
screen recorder and shit, and you just set it up and you go, even if it isn't funny.
Definitely a lot less cost effective.
I think Puck2475 is pretty funny. Maybe not the way he was intending.
It's an acquired taste. You gotta, it's like fine wine. You gotta let it burn the
so.
It's the difference between laughing with somebody and laughing at somebody.
Fuck, dude. Next question.
Okay. So I'll go into this one here. And this was something that me and Zach thought was interesting and could apply to you. So a lot of people, when they're starting out YouTube, are typically a bit older because either they're anxious or they're shy and they want to wait to a certain point to end up starting. Yeah. This group is kind of different in the fact that all of us at one point or another started very young, even if it wasn't on YouTube necessarily, of just the process of making videos and doing stuff like that. But it got me to think, is there really a benefit from starting YouTube at a young age? Because obviously there's some downsides, like the cringy videos, you know, kind of throwing yourself out there for all the hate in the world, you know, online interactions and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, I feel like there's some good stuff there too. And I wanted to ask you, since you kind of lived that life a little bit, is there a benefit of starting YouTube at a young age? Right?
There's not a benefit. Because again, you did point out the cringy content. I'm sorry. So any 9-year-old YouTubers watching this video, your content is probably shit. It's probably bad. And I'm saying that with love. It's probably god awful, and there could be like this one 9-year-old who has fantastic content. I highly doubt it.
That their parents do for them. Oh, right?
Oh, yeah, probably
do all the filming and editing.
The thing is, you're 9, 10-year-old, 12-year-old. Your content's not good, and but then again, there's no detriment to it either, because you're learning about what you're doing. Zach told me one time that Parker and I had a benefit of starting when we were in like 6th grade, or that like age 12 area, because we evolved with YouTube. We didn't jump on at a random point when we were in our 20s to say, let's go get started. We watched it grow. We learned about the site and we grew with it.
And if you were first, a fan first, and then a creator second, which I feel like, a lot of people nowadays, when they see, oh, YouTubers can make all this money, yada, 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 it's often creator first, viewer second. So you really don't have that attachment to the site and the people on it. But we were fans. All of us were fans. All of us loved the people on it. We were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could do that, right?
Exactly.
So...
Yeah, and I still think that's super interesting, the whole being young and starting early, because I still believe that there is kind of a little bit of a benefit there, because you, like, everything that you do starting out is gonna be shit. It doesn't matter if you're 9 or if you're 40. Like, if you're just starting out YouTube, you've never done any kind of video whatsoever, it's gonna be bad. And if anybody can prove me wrong there, like, let me know. It'd be awesome.
It's like, prove me wrong, scrub.
Exactly. But more often than not, like 99.9%, like, you're going to be terrible. So it's like starting out so early, I feel like gives you that benefit of not wasting as much time when you're older and you're able to, like, pump out good shit.
Sure.
But
makes you patient too. Shit takes forever on YouTube. Yeah. It made me seriously be like, oh, geez, it takes this long to edit. It takes this long to film and render and upload. Like, you know, for any 12-year-old out there, having to go through that process more than one time is a colossal exercise in patience.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
a huge exercise in patience.
Plus, it's like, even though you may have started out, what you said you started at like 12, really, like putting out videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though you started around 12, me starting out at 16 was no different. I still think 16 is young
Yeah.
for YouTube.
I mean, that's how old I am now, so
Yeah.
I still think I'm pretty young for YouTube.
Yeah. So it's, I would say that Aden and I even have a benefit over certain 25-year-olds that are starting today and
Definitely.
such.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
But I will then again look at a bunch of other kind of YouTubers, and a lot of them, not a lot of them, but a couple of them, especially in the Let's Playing community, back in the 2011 area, started at around 16, 17.
Yeah.
True.
Sure, you have
That's true.
your cards like Nintendo Capri Sun and Chugga Conroy and stuff like that, who are older than most. But then there's Attacking Toucans and a few of the other people like Donabells who were like around like 16 or 17 when they got started into YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is very interesting.
Oh, definitely.
And I think part of that is the reason too, when we look at it big picture wise, because around that time, you know, a lot of focus is on AAA games, on the new hotness, on whatever big release is coming out, your Fallouts and the like. But a lot of early Let's Players, and especially that wave of what you're talking about, those 17-year-olds or whatever, who all jumped on, you can kind of see how they contributed to this, yes, a lot of AAA games still, but more importantly, indie games. More importantly, this big retro boom that we're seeing now, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I feel like neither indie games nor retro games would be as prominent as they are now if it weren't for that big group of Let's Players, that big wave, who saw people like Chugga Conroy, Nintendo Capri Sun, and the like, who were inspired to pick up these retro games and then gave them more coverage, right?
Definitely.
And the same thing can be said for your PewDiePie's doing the same thing for indie games and all the people who did it for Flash games and even AAA games that would get less coverage, you know, normally. And it was a big part of that culture shift at the time. And nowadays it's like everybody has an equal playing field, but it wasn't like that at the time. At least not that early on in YouTube.
Definitely.
All right.
I find that interesting.
I do too.
Zachary.
Yeah, I have a question. So, when me and you started talking, Jay,
You
we
and I
started
continue.
talking. When you and I, who's the 22-year-old here?
Who used the improper grammar in the first place? Continue.
When you and I started talking 4 to 5 years ago, we started talking because I was doing a Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And you had asked to do a versus of such game. And it still hasn't been finished. So why was this recommendation made in the first place?
We're gonna go to the source. Figure out why.
All right.
Why is it still not finished?
3 words. 3 words. Ocarina of Time versus. Okay. Next up.
That's 4 words.
Oh shit. Okay, 4 words. You're right.
I've improved my 22-year-old dominance again because I know math, which is more important than English.
The the whole Ocarina of Time versus thing, I keep pointing back to that because that was such an important thing. I really wanted to do this. I had no online friends, and I had no friends in real life who wanted to play that game because nobody I knew played that. And so I got Twilight Princess, and I got a capture card, so I was all hyped up the fuck on recording it.
Yeah.
And then I see this other dude who's got like ass tier subscribers. Dude's over here with like 170 something. I'm like, that ain't shit.
Dude, I'm sure I don't have any less than that.
I think it was maybe 130 or something. Maybe. We were at the same kind of area. And so then I'm like, dude, you're doing Twilight Princess. I got capture card with Twilight Princess. Fucking let's do a versus.
Yeah.
That's all it came to. Was because I could. Because I finally had the ability to.
Yeah. You remember them old YouTube messages? The ones that nobody uses anymore? That's what we
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
Hey, got some use out of it.
How crazy is that? I miss them. The YouTube messages, I miss them because I used to use them a lot to like.
They're pretty convenient.
Yeah.
They were the DMs.
They were the DMs.
The YouTube DMs.
I also think there was a lot of spam in them, so I think that's why they kind of stopped. Or stopped being so prevalent. But yeah. That's interesting though. It's cool. Like we've already kind of mentioned it a couple times, but it's really cool the opportunities that YouTube gives you in meeting people literally around the world. Which is super interesting.
Well, I say that, but the farthest person I know is Marjack.
No. Well, I mean, I've talked to people from fucking UK and from Japan and Australia.
Yeah.
And the list goes on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's cool.
I'm just looking at the people I know, and I'm like, well, there's you.
Well, there's a lot of UK people in our Discord.
And there's and there is, but I do not consider them like anything special. No offense to those people. You're cool. You're cool. I enjoy talking with you, but like, fucking hit me up in the DMs.
Yeah.
Fucking goes down in the DMs.
It go down.
Hit me up in the DMs. I'll reply with one-word answers.
Those are the best.
Yes.
The best kind of DMs. Fair enough.
Pretty great.
So, since we're still talking about early JaytheZoomster here, we haven't really hit that point. What do you mean, sadly? It's the best. So, we got your Ocarina of Time playthrough. We got a couple of playthroughs here, a little bit of Majora Mask, some Lego Batman, some Sonic. But
was this on my watch page?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The other big part.
No Let's Plays that are finished, by the way. He
hasn't
done
none of them
anything
are
finished.
Obviously. I mean, no one did at the time. But the other part of this channel has been Roblox stuff from the very beginning. And so, my question is...
Why are you a faggot? I'm sorry.
My question is, why is Roblox even remotely worth anyone's time? And why add it onto your channel predominantly full of Let's Plays?
That's a good question.
Because that's a big part of at least early JaytheZoomster.
2012. Prime Roblox time. 10-year-old. Prime Roblox age. YouTube channel. Prime cesspool of degenerative Roblox content. It's simple math at this point. Next question.
You need to make a math video about it. You need to do the math and make this video. It worked well for me. So
in all honesty, I was really big into Roblox, and I found out that I could record the screens, and I said, let's fucking do this, and I made videos.
Let's smash. Let's go ahead and smash.
Exactly.
Well, that led to your first early success, though. The GUI.
Hell the fuck yes, it did. I went into the Roblox studio. I downloaded a free fucking model, and I put it in, and I said, that's how you do it. And I got so much fucking views. Hold the fuck up. It's my most viewed video.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
8,000 views at this point.
Yeah, 8,000 fucking views. It's my
Close to
most
9,000.
viewed fucking video. It just needs that extra push, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Mavis Beacon of JaytheZoomster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Straight up what it is.
But yeah.
That's cool.
Only 90s kids will remember.
It all boils down to I was playing Roblox. I fucking loved Roblox. I can still enjoy Roblox. Fucking take that with what you will, but I can still play the game and have a good time. But I will not make videos on it because I don't feel passionate about it anymore. But I was passionate about Roblox. I met so many friends through Roblox. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, of course, which seems to be common for YouTubers, I guess.
No, I was
not having friends.
About?
Shut the fuck up, Zach. Yes, I just had to Roblox, and I liked it. It felt like this whole new world.
They showed you the way.
They were also some of the first videos that had thumbnails too, or maybe not intentional ones.
Because I learned how to. I learned how to kind of make them around that time.
Sure.
They're not good thumbnails.
A lot of the Ocarina ones did. Majora didn't. Sonic one did. But the Roblox one was kind of early thumbnail game. A little bit.
The Sonic ones are when I got really into thumbnails. And I think the Sonic thumbnails are still pretty solid. They look back at that. I could be wrong and they look like complete ass, but I could just kind of curious.
Were thumbnails fun for you at the time, or were they kind of like a pain in the ass?
They were fun as fuck. Like I
didn't find my enjoyment for them until way later on. But some people yes, give me a thumbnail. I like that.
It was fun, and then the video still got no fucking views. Yeah, those were some solid thumbnails. I can still look at those and think, yeah, those are pretty good thumbnails.
Fair enough.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna finish my Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play because I just realized how close I got to the end of the game.
That'll be a weird transition.
Y'all about to see the first finished Let's Play. Nah, it'll be... I don't know. I just feel like I need to clean up my backlog a bit.
Sure.
Before I focus on anything.
Don't add to it, just delete them. Or make another 1,000 videos so people forget about the old stuff. That's what I
do. Exactly. They don't exist.
Oh, man. I'm curious, Jay.
What?
You've been doing YouTube for what, like 5 years now?
Hold up. About page. Joined July 3rd, 2012.
Yeah. It's about 5 years.
Hold on.
6.
That's not quite 6.
Bro.
About 5.5.
5.5, yeah.
It's 5.5 years.
Yeah, it's 5.5 years.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you went from 12 to 6. You're 16 or you're almost 17?
I'm 16.
You're 16. Okay. And sure, you just turned 16.
Yeah.
So the question is, like, that's a pretty like pivotal part of your life is this kind of adolescence and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But so you've had a lot of changes, but what has YouTube played a part in those changes? Or how has YouTube played a part in those changes?
That's interesting.
Like, has it changed you any?
Kinda. I mean, I met friends. I met you and Aden through it, so that's interesting. I found out about a lot of more interesting things.
I mean, that's fair.
I know where my mind's going, but that's me. All right.
It's just kind of, I don't know. It didn't change too much. Again, I met friends. That's about it.
Okay.
It's more the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Because those connections are often very important anyway.
That is true.
Fair enough. All right. So going on with our timeline here, we get Roblox. We get unfinished LPs.
Oh god.
We get some pretty bad spelling here and there.
Where?
Yes.
Which ones? Hold up. Let me see it.
There's a couple.
Best.
There's a couple here and there.
Where?
I'm a fan of.
No, I need to find it. You're gonna have to send some proof.
Okay.
I don't doubt you. I want to laugh at myself.
How about and then you misspelled play, PALY.
Oh, buddy.
Ocarina of Time, episode 9.
Oh no, you're reaching. You're going to Ocarina of Time. That's not
episode 13. You got that right, and then CGI cuss scene took out the T.
Oh,
Cuss scene.
The reason that this was actually an issue was I would type on my keyboard. I knew how to spell. Like, that's the first thing. But I would type on my keyboard, and my computer was such a laggy piece of shit that I would type, and letters would just get, like, lost in limbo, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the same shit would happen if I would type play. I would do it really fucking fast. So instead of, like, I'd go in and type or something like that. And it would be, like, to the point where I did it so fast, I just didn't notice.
Well, there you go.
A lot of my comments, a lot of my
titles?
fucking comments are so ass. They're so fucked. Go back and look at some of the comments on video. You'll get shit that's like this. To Pally, like shit like that. It's like so broken. The English was so broken, and it was all came from I think the keyboard, me typing too fast, and me not proofreading anything.
You don't think I had anything to be on 12 and playing Roblox?
I mean, I feel like that lowers your IQ substantially.
That's a little bit. Rick and Morty didn't come till years later.
Yeah.
So
can't blame it on that.
You know.
There you go. That wasn't even my question. That was just funny meme stuff here. Anyway, we're gonna kind of move ahead a little bit.
Thank God.
For me personally, your Breath of the Wild review is often seen as the major turning point. One of many, actually. The Sonic one. The Sonic one kind of is, and then we get a good build-up of Skyward Sword stuff, and then we get hit with that Breath of the Wild review, which kind of changes a little bit of everything from here on out. Sure, we still do get Let's Play stuff, but it becomes more of a focus on reviews, and it becomes more highly edited. And my question is, in particular, number one, what was it like making that video? And in your opinion, what is the appeal of highly produced reviews since you got the chance to make one, and that's kind of been your focus as of late of writing these reviews and putting them into video form?
Okay, so what was the first part again? It was like, what was my experience making the video?
What was it like making it start to finish?
So I got the game, and I love the game, and I was like, you know what? I want to make a review of this because I just want to talk about it, and I want to make something other than a Let's Play about it. That was my big thing. And I've been watching reviews heavily, and I've been getting into... So I sat down, and I said, I'm going to make this review. And of course, it took me like 3 months to get it out. But I wanted to play the game, get to know the game, and understand the game before I went ahead and just shat out a review. Because I thought that was important. So I took the 3 months, and I got a lot of shit done in the game. Of course, you know it's fucking hard to do everything in that game. Because of how big it is. So I put the game down, and I said, I'm going to write this review. And I wrote it, and I got the clips ready, and I put together into what I think is a pretty solid video. The biggest thing for me was getting the script just right. I don't usually use scripts, but for this one, I really wanted to have my all my points into one area. So I went ahead and I just scripted it out. And then one thing kind of led to another with the editing. I just kind of had to use clips of what I was talking about.
Sure.
And I hit up Zach for a part in the video, and he gave me his part. Even if he probably disagrees with what he said back then. he's
That's funny to look back on now. That's great.
My points still stand. I still agree with what I said. So he just gave that. And that really was a turning point. It changed how I looked at what I wanted to do because it was fun. I think that was the big thing. Was it was fun for me to do.
That's really
fair enough. And then what do you think is the appeal of content like this? Like why do you think so many people are drawn to it? Why is it such a big part of YouTube in one form or another? What's the appeal?
It's different in a way. It's more it makes your time feel like it was worth more.
That payoff?
It feels like if you sit there and you watch a 7-minute video of this guy with pretty decent editing in there, and it's highly produced and it's highly well thought out, you feel like you wasted 7 times, or you feel like you used that 7 minutes a lot better than watching, say, a Let's Play for like 15 minutes. And like just a bunch of random shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I know we've all had changes like that. Me and Zach especially have, where we have that moment of kind of switching from Let's Plays to the highly produced stuff. Do you know what video did that for you? Was it like the first recap or something like that, Zach? Or
but for me,
yeah.
Well,
Which video you think sparked that?
I kind of started YouTube, or I kind of started the gaming side of YouTube with wanting to do highly produced stuff because I had Nintendo the History kind of in my mindset. So I guess like a reshift for me because I got inspired to do Let's Plays after I had started YouTube like a year and a half later. Because I actually started with music and then I went into wanting to do like Nintendo history. So I guess like more recently, what kind of got me that spark to do more with it was around recap. I did like a nerd psychology video about Tetris. Maybe that video. I think that video could have been the pinnacle moment, I guess. And then after doing like a year of mostly Let's Plays, thank you. After doing a year of mostly Let's Plays, I kind of find myself wanting to do more and better. I just felt like I was doing this. It was too easy.
Yeah.
And I wanted a better challenge. And I wanted better growth.
I think it also comes down to where you look at it and you're like, well, would people watch this? And you got to think, is it worth watching? And then you look at, say, your highly produced stuff, and you're like, I feel like this is worth watching.
Right. I'm in this dilemma right now where it's like, I do tell people that I've made over 1,100 videos. I think it's close to 1,500 now, which is still dope to me, but it's also like, I feel like in order to say that, I need to get more videos out on Zack Snyder Productions for it to be worth it, because a lot of the old stuff was Let's Plays. And everything before 2014 wasn't edited, or wasn't edited as much, and then everything before 2017 I don't even feel like is worth watching. So, it's quite interesting when you look back at your old stuff and you're trying to figure out, how you've changed as a creator and stuff. Yeah.
Back to you though.
Well, speaking of that, speaking of like making new stuff and all that kind of stuff, you recently got into, last few months you got into making podcasts. And being in podcasts and stuff like that. What got you into podcasts? And then Aden has this question written down to tell us why Gaming Through the Ages is the best podcast on planet Earth. But I am more inclined to not agree with that statement. But either way, yeah, talk about your podcast and talk about what got you into that kind of stuff.
There's not a lot to say. I don't listen to many podcasts. As when it comes to making them, I do them because they're easy content, but they're not easy content like Let's Plays, which I feel like are easily thrown away and disposable. Whereas podcasts can convey an idea, criticism. You could have review podcasts. That's why I did the comic book one, the comic shop with you. Or you can have like Gaming Through the Ages where we look at a video game. As opposed, they're highly easy to produce content. They don't take any time to edit. You just put them together and you do them. And they're not disposable like a Let's Play. So that's basically why I decided to do them. It gets content for your channel that isn't throwaway content.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to remember what got me into making podcasts, and I just kind of wanted to do it. And it is, like you said, it's really easy to produce unless you have like somebody like Damien in the podcast where you have to edit certain things out because
certain things, you mean?
Stop.
Oh,
it's
God.
funny.
What words, boy?
What words, boy?
Yeah. Yo, Aden, what's this lightning round you got here? I'm interested.
Oh, okay. I'll try it out. So an idea was, given everything on your channel, I'm going to name a video of yours, and you don't even think about it. Just say good video or bad video in your personal opinion. So we're gonna go through.
I like this.
We're gonna go through a couple of these. They're gonna be
Okay.
They're gonna be kind of random here and there. We'll see how much of your stuff you even remember to that effect. But we'll go from there.
I generally understand my channel. So
You think so?
Yeah.
You get the appeal. Okay. All right. Here we go. Death Road to Canada 3 finale.
Good video.
Top 5 albums of 2016.
Bad video.
Majora's Mask Part 20, The Bomb Bag.
Bad video.
Let's see. Season 6, Episode 3, Arrow Review, Next of Kin.
Good video.
That's a good one. Alright. Let's see if I can't get a review that you don't like.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Who is Elongated Man? The Flash Season 4, Episode 4.
Bad video. Rushed.
The biggest problem with the DCEU.
Good video.
Let's see. What I want from Arrow and Flash this season?
Can I do meth video?
Sure, you can get a mail on that.
Okay, that's a bad.
Game Tev Tycoon Part 1.
Bad video.
Flicks and Chill Part 2, Hipster Stole My Date.
Bad video.
The Flash 319, The Once Future Flash review.
Bad video.
200 subscribers Patreon and update video.
Bad video.
Aliens Killed My Friend, caps lock.
Fucking great video. Holy shit, watch that when you have a free moment.
Twilight Princess versus Episode 8.
Good video. I like all of the
That's a good
versus
one.
episodes.
Comic Shop, Episode 1.
Good video.
So good. The Black Mass Saga. Episode 1.
Good video.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
You enjoy.
10 out of fucking 10.
Breath of the Wild Part 1.
Bad video.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the fucking Black Mass Saga, and I'm thinking back on one of our recording sessions of the comic shop.
Oh my god.
And Aden doesn't know this, but we
the one word. Yes, keep going.
Sat there for like 20 minutes looking at pictures of Lumpy from the Star Wars Holiday Special and just laughing.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
It was the best thing in the world.
Sounds great.
God.
It was so funny.
We got done. And we were like, "Are you ready to get off?" And you're like, "Yeah." And he just fucking shared his screen.
I'm like, hold on a second.
Googled. Fucking Googled Lumpy from Star Wars Holiday Special, and we just sat there, and he said, "Look at this little shit," and he just bullied Lumpy, and we just sat there and we laughed like 20 minutes straight. Oh my god,
that explains a lot. It explains a lot.
Oh,
an awful lot.
Right,
couple more here.
Okay.
Gaming Through the Ages, Episode 1, the Zelda one.
Good video.
How about Episode 2?
I'm sorry.
Good video. I'll go ahead and say I like most of the Gaming Through the Ages.
Well, there's only 2, so. Sucky Uppy Suit, Lego Batman PC Co-op Part 4.
Do I even have to?
LOL.
Do I have to? Comments? Because it's obviously bad.
Alright, final one.
Okay.
I Love You, Mommy, Roblox Death Run Mother's Day Special.
Good video.
Great. There we go. I feel like I got a good selection.
I feel like Jay has like just the right amount of videos to be able to do that.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And it not be like, oh, I don't remember that video. Because, like, I'm thinking about, like, if you were to do that with myself, it'd be like, Binding of Isaac episode 70. I mean, commentary could have been good that day. I don't remember.
Oh,
roll
God.
that dice.
Yeah.
real quick.
Be like,
There's a lot of memorable stuff.
Dark Souls episode 2.
I'm surprised you remembered all those Flash and Supernatural ones. Which ones in particular?
Yeah, well, I mean, you only use like 2 that I
That's
enjoyed.
true. That's
You used
true.
the Arrow one, which I thought was pretty solid, and then the Flash one, which I rushed out.
I just like the elongated man. That was what got me to that one.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of a title that would be click-worthy, and I tried to do that.
It worked.
Clickbait. Hey guys,
Yeah.
All right, next question.
this is a good segue.
There is a
Okay.
question about clickbait.
Clickbait gets a lot of shit. Does. Is it as bad as everyone makes it out to be though?
No.
Ooh,
Ooh, controversial.
interesting. How come?
Because when you make a thumbnail, you're making it to get clicked, right? And when you make a title, you're making it to get clicked. And in theory, that is clickbait. You are doing it to get clicks. Now, there's a severity of clickbait that is not okay, and that is lying in the title. Exaggeration is not a problem, in my opinion. Using words that will get your video clicked is not an issue. However, strictly lying about what's in your video and lying to get clicks or just having a completely unrelated thing is a problem, in my opinion. That's the big issue.
True.
I agree.
You could say, like, if you're doing a video like a vlog, and you could be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this happened to me." Yeah, that's a little scummy, but at the same time, if something truly shocking happens in the vlog, I could give it a pass.
Right.
You could also do, like, we found a dead body with a dead body blurred hanging from a tree. Like,
You wouldn't clickbait though. You really showed it. He kept his word.
I thought that video was clickbait. Holy shit. I
Do you
wish it
think
was.
it depends on the quality of the video itself?
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, PewDiePie gets away with it 100% of the time almost. And I think it's perfectly okay because I feel like there's quality content there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if it's like...
Hell, if you joke about your own clickbaiting, then it's A-okay, my guy.
That's true. Yeah, you kind of become a living meme almost.
There's a certain level of self-awareness to it. That really...
Yeah. I know it's hard to do it with Let's Plays because, like, it's hard to click on Let's Play Majora's Mask Part 5, right? Like, that didn't get you enticed a whole lot of the time. So you have to try and be like, what can I put here that will get somebody interested at least halfway through?
Dick sucked throughout the episode Majora's Mask Let's Play Part 5.
Gone sexual.
Unsexual.
Right.
Remember that
It's
shit?
tough. Because at the same
That's the
time, you want
bad
your video to get watched, but you don't want to step on everybody's toes in order to do that.
Yeah. No, I will say the gone sexual, gone wrong shit, like, that's the bad clickbait in my opinion. Doing a video though that's like, wow, an unbelievable turn if you're a vlogger or something like that and something big happens in the video, that's okay. That's like what's going on. They want to click it. But saying like
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like... That almost has to do with the type of content because when you make a video called Gone Sexual and like those kissing prank bullshit things back in the day, like when you make something like that, like you made it to make sure that it would go sexual. Like you wanted it to be you made the content itself clickbait rather than just the thumbnail and the title.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if something crazy happens in a vlog, like that could be planned, but most of the time it's not.
Like imagine you like you'll do a vlog and something crazy happens, like you get accepted to the college you want to do, like you're a daily vlogger and you said, I can't believe this happened, or best day of my life or something like that. That's not clickbait because something intriguing and big happened in that person's life. So that's just it's a clickable title in that instance and a clickable thumbnail in that particular instance, whereas something like you make a video where it's like, I don't know, mom shot dead in front of me and then the video has nothing to do with that, that's like where it gets to a point. It's a hard
That's great.
it's a hard question to answer, and it's a hard place to stand, I think.
It's a hard knock life.
Another thing is like the top 10 blank, you won't believe number 7. Like shit like that. Like that's whenever I just kind of zone out.
It almost makes you less interested in the content too.
I'm gonna do top 10 Flash episodes, you won't believe number 3.
You kind of zone out a little bit because you're like, oh, it's one of these videos.
Right? Yeah.
Or it's the reverse, where you have your expectations so high because you believe the title.
Dude, I thought number 7 was gonna be some bonkers choice.
It wasn't. It wasn't at all.
It was actually surprising.
Or the shit like, fuck, like doctors hate him. Like,
Why? Okay, so top 10 list. Why is number 3 gonna surprise me? Aren't I more interested in number 1?
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, but top 10 blank number 1 will surprise you isn't as clickable because of course it will.
True.
Yeah, be
Number 3
honest
is
with
that underrated shit.
Sure. All right, you want to do like 2 or 3 more questions and wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
about 15 minutes
Okay.
before I need to
So
go.
we'll each do about 2 questions real quick.
I got
and go
like
through 'em.
16 more interviews I gotta get to, so you know.
Oh, okay. I see how that is.
Sam, but it's
We're gonna, small YouTubers are kind of having a bit of a tough time at the moment with all these new rules and the like. So I guess one of my last questions is, what do you think about the new YouTube monetization requirements, and who is the most underrated YouTuber you're watching right now? Maybe we can help them out.
Hashtag boycott YouTube. No, they make a lot of sense. They do. They make a lot of sense. The regulations, I understand it. I said earlier that after seeing that I made like 20,000 watch time minutes with the videos I made, which keep in mind, that Supernatural video was 5 minutes, I think, like around that area. Like, imagine if it was longer and got that same amount, the watch time would be bigger. So at first I wasn't on board because I thought, wow, that's so much time. That's a lot of work. There's no possible way that's possible. And then I looked at it and I looked at what I've accomplished so far with only one really big video, and I realized, yeah, that's possible. As for 1,000 subscribers, that never really bothered me because
me neither.
you can just that's just something you can hit. That's just something you should be working for anyways to grow your channel. The watch time was always the thing where it was like, but now that I've actually looked at the logistics, Zach's video helped, and I think it really, really helped for me to figure out what I was doing.
Okay.
Nice. Thanks for starting my deck there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then following up on that, who's the most underrated YouTuber you're watching right now who we could possibly help through this podcast?
That's interesting.
Maybe they're really close and need that push or something to that effect.
Underrated
No,
YouTuber.
don't pick anyone from our group. I already know.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think right now. I'm looking through a lot of them. I don't know, because there's a lot of ones that I watch that are doing good, but then there's a few that I feel like could use some more. So there's a channel who does reviews of like the CW shows as well, and he does a lot of good shit with his content, and I think that'd be the only thing I could really say. Because other than that, I watch pretty large channels who I think are doing pretty good.
What's the name?
It's Eric's Reloaded. So it's AIRRICKS and then Reloaded. And it's a really interesting channel. And I think he's only got like 16,000 subscribers, which, I mean, it's more than I got. But in the grand scheme of things, that's, of course, not a lot of it, like, views and subscribers at all.
Right.
And he makes, like, let me see, he makes, like, 1.4 to, like, 3,000 views a video. So you kind of look at it. I definitely think that he's underrated. And it's kind of like the only one that I could really choose.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Other than that, there's a daily vlogger who I've started kind of watching. He's got like 60 subscribers, which is interesting.
Who's that?
Luke Ryan vlogs.
Luke Ryan. Okay.
I looked him. I found him on I can't even remember how I found him, but he's interesting. Fair, watch his shit.
Good deal. So we'll leave those in the description.
Sweet. Yeah, send me those links when you get the chance. That'll be dope.
Be dope.
Hell yeah. Cool. So we've talked a lot about your past.
Yeah.
Regrettable yet happen. We've talked about like, you know, the kind of turning point and like your current stuff a little bit. I'm curious, like moving forward, like what are your plans with YouTube? Where do you like see yourself, and I guess like where do you see yourself in a year, or like things like, you know, what do you see as successful for you? Things like that. If that makes sense.
A steady stream of cash. No, steady growth and a steady influx of not views necessarily, but attention, discourse, and a bunch of other things. Like comments would be a huge thing for me to get more comments. One of like the Green Arrow video I made, it's got 84 views. It didn't even crack 100, but it's got 11 comments, which was crazy. It got a lot of growth in that, like in that degree. So that was interesting to me. And just more comments in general would just be great, in my opinion. I feel like that's really what I want to strive for. And likes are really interesting to see. The amount of likes I get on a video is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Just kind of be more productive and get more out of it.
Yeah.
Right. And then kind of, I guess would be my last question, could be our last question in general. Going into like, what would you like to promote, but also like, what kind of content are you planning on working on? Like, what is your future plans in terms of content right now? What could people look forward to seeing on your channel?
So I do review the CW shows, and I plan to get into those, get back into the swing of those. So there's that, but of course not a lot of people I know are into that, and that's kind of like a niche thing. So you kind of gotta be into the shows to get that kind of content. On top of that, I do plan to make more video essays, so that's something, and then movie reviews, comic book reviews, just more of that kind of thing. And I do plan to do verses, which, you know, the race stuff, even if it doesn't fit with the rest of my content, I enjoy making it, and it's fun. So just, but mostly video essays are really fun. So I kind of want to focus a little bit on that.
Cool.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, I got a mini question.
Okay.
Go for it.
Since you're on another YouTube podcast, the hottest YouTube podcast
of
all time.
Yes.
Do you have a particular favorite episode or least favorite episode?
Shit, let me pull it up.
There's about 10 of them now. I know one recently came out, so you might not have seen that.
No, I haven't seen no.
There's like a bunch of extra sods and stuff.
I used to watch this shit at school, at lunch, back when I went. I would get to lunch, and instead of watching the new Austin McConnell video or the new Haydox video or something, I'd pull up Google Play, and I'd sit down, and I'd pull up another YouTube podcast because it used less data than YouTube, and I would eat my school fucking lunch and listen to you two fat asses talk about YouTube.
That's it's pretty nice of you, man. I need to get it. I need to get things back up on Google Play because that has not been.
Yeah, I can see that now. November 5th. Oof. No, but this does the Google Play does actually look at give me my favorite. I think it's got to be YouTube in school. It was like
really
an hour and
that's
20-minute video, and I really enjoyed that one.
It was the shortest one, so I like that one more.
I really enjoyed that one because I felt it was kind of personal, and it was really interesting.
See, that's one of the ones where I kind of regret a little bit of not like sticking on the topic or whatever, but by far it's the most unique out of all of them, I will say that.
It felt genuine. It felt kind of more genuine than any of the previous ones too.
Well, part of that was just me and Zach getting bitchy at school about it, halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, it started as a YouTube podcast, and then it kind of derailed, like, you know what's wrong with this? And then we kind of compared it to YouTube.
That was, like, the one where I watched it. That was, like, the first one I would watch at lunch. And I got to lunch, and I just turned that on. I just listened.
Nice.
So
do you have a least favorite?
Shit, let me see.
All the other ones.
There is one that is a least favorite, and I gotta remember which one it is.
Well, we already talked about our week on YouTube for a long time.
For real.
That's every week.
Exactly,
God.
He won't know.
Jesus. I don't know.
Like, I think there's a lot of valuable lessons that can be learned through our weeks on YouTube. So
I think
just wanted to point out
YouTube alternatives. No, it was variety and niche channels. I don't know. I just didn't find any interest in it. It was kind of boring.
Okay.
Fair.
Not that it was a bad episode, because I don't think you've had anyone that I felt was just really awful. It was just not anything I was interested in.
I was about to say, if you're going to diss the YouTube alternative episodes, it's one of my favorites all time.
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't the one. It was the niche.
The variety niche one, yeah, I can say.
I feel like the YouTube alternatives one, though, is also really funny because we fucking talked about VidMe, and VidMe's gone, and then we talked about BitChute, and I haven't done anything BitChute exclusive yet because it's BitChute.
True.
When y'all gonna start talking about Vero? Alright.
Vero? We need to talk about that at some point. We need to...
I'm on that Steam It game. I'm on that Steam It in D2 at the moment, the cryptocurrency one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need to look at that. I don't know.
No, seriously. Both of you should probably look into Vero. I'm trying to get more into it. It's really interesting.
I've been trying. That one's an interesting one. Maybe we can talk about that one day.
It's something that you look at, and the big reason I'm trying to push it with people is because, like, imagine you were one of the first people on YouTube, and think about that. Like, Vero is so small, you could be one of the first thousands of people on it.
Yeah, for sure. I have an account on there, and I've done a little bit on there. It's got an interesting setup. It's got an interesting premise too, I think.
It's a little odd for making content at the same time, because it does promote the social aspect over the content aspect and the media aspect. But at the same time, I also think that's pretty interesting for growing your stuff. It could help in that regard.
It's like a mixture of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially it's literally like that.
And it has bigger media servers for the videos and everything, so you can upload like full YouTube content to it.
Yeah. I think the problem with it right now is that it's so comic book heavy.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of those
comic
accounts.
book heavy. So it's like, unless you're doing mostly comic book stuff right now, it's a little hard to do a lot of networking on there.
I think you just have to let it. You could get on there and then just do it yourself. Do it like that. Or you could let it grow a bit, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right. Even if you don't get started on Vero, I think that it's something that you should have your eye on, and you should like keep in the background.
Steam It kind of has that thing for cryptocurrency. It's focusing on that a little too much.
Yeah.
There ain't a whole lot of gaming stuff on there. It's mostly cryptocurrency stuff, which is fine. But you know, when you get flooded with one genre of stuff, it can be kind of hard to really get motivated.
I think the big reason Vero is so comic booky is because of Zack Snyder being a big account on it and being one of the biggest people who have promoted the app. So that's probably
not me, by the way. The other Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Rich. That one. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, this was a great interview. I liked it.
Hope you
How much
enjoyed
money am I
it
getting
as
paid?
well. We've got about 25 shekels coming to you. They'll be in the mail. And a couple Bitcoin, so you'll be getting that along with your copy of Boss Baby. So.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yes, please. That's great.
I actually own a Blu-ray of Boss Baby. Do not
sorry.
add me.
Everyone
Sorry.
at JaytheZoomster on Twitter. Why you on Boss Baby
Please.
Blu-ray?
Yeah, go check out JaytheZoomster. He's on YouTube. He's got a Twitter and Instagram. And
I use Twitter a fuck lot.
He does.
He does.
It's true.
Add me on Vero.
Get a Vero account. Add him on there. There you go.
It's JaytheZoomster.
Subscribe to JaytheZoomster Games for all the sickest content.
Hell the
Coming your
fuck
way.
yes. Add me on Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Nah, but I have YouTube, of course. That's why I was on the goddamn fucking video. I have I got a Twitter and I got an Instagram and I got a Vero, and it's all under the same fucking moniker, so you can reach it easily. It's not some random. I don't have like JaytheZoomster Twitter and then JaythePoopster Instagram or some shit like that.
You should.
That'd be great.
On that before somebody else steals that.
Is that how you felt about people fucking profiting off of speech and lames? Fucking
Yes.
That's where all the money's coming in.
Exactly. This week, just because recording time is a little restricted and it's all my fault.
yeah, it is.
We're gonna read comments next week.
Well, I think there's only one actually.
You read that fucking comment.
If we
It's
can get to
literally-
it next week.
It's literally just a guy who's like, "I'm glad you're back," whoever it was.
Okay,
was the only one on YouTube.
I thought I had another comment. I thought I had a question.
I don't think so.
We could probably get into. Let me double check.
We just gotta go JaytheZoomster speed, dude. Gotta zoom through.
95% sure we had a
You gotta zoom through.
zoom
Uh,
through.
Zoom.
Holy shit.
Goal
Oh,
setting and
we've got a
scheduling.
patient question. I mean, we got a
Yo,
patient
you got
comment.
7 fucking comments. Hold up.
And
Really?
We got another question. Yeah, we got a decent amount of stuff.
Can you read them? Because this is kind of interesting.
Yeah. So we have one from Legendary GMR who says, "Now I can't seem to find an answer anywhere else, so I'll ask it here. Do you think it's okay for small YouTubers to put large YouTubers' names in their tags? Why or why not? I don't do this, so I'm wondering if I should."
Yes. This is my short answer.
Yes, it's a problem. Correct.
Yes, I do that occasionally.
Oh, do you do that occasionally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In what ways?
Mainly if I'm bringing up a certain controversy related to them, or if I bring them up in the video.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not-
Okay.
Is it okay for the guests to contribute to the conversation?
Yeah,
Yes.
quickly.
I would say I would say that it is okay if your video is related to that person. Don't just put the person in your tag to get views. That's
Agreed.
against YouTube TOS anyway.
Yes.
If it's in your title, it's cool. If you mention them in the video, it's cool. If you got a picture of them, fine. You know, it kind of has to be related. That's the only thing.
Yeah, like if you make a video about big YouTubers and you put PewDiePie in your tags, then that's fine. But like, you make a random video and you just put PewDiePie there, so people when they type PewDiePie and they get your video, that's bad.
Patient also answered pretty similarly to this in the comments, so thanks for that.
Thanks.
But also just to add to that, it's not going to help your video if you did it. Like, if you make Let's Play Majora's Mask Part 10 and then you put PewDiePie in the tags, like, it's not going to help your channel. It's not going to help your video. Not only is it against the terms of service, but, like, PewDiePie is such a big name. And, I mean, you could do the same with whoever. It's just not going to... It's not going to help your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's lying.
True.
So, yeah. But definitely, if you mention it in the video, then absolutely go ahead and
Sure.
bring it up in the tags. We've also got a comment from Patient, who, by the way, said in Discord that she's sorry for leaving big questions or big comments she never means to. But I said that's fine. I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. She says, "I don't think these new monetization changes are in response to Logan Paul whatsoever. Look at his numbers compared to the numbers on the restriction. To me, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to say that these changes are in response to that. Although this is Drunk Daddy YouTube, so you never really know. And just to like comment on that really quickly, it's been confirmed that was not in response to Logan Paul whatsoever.
They were hyping it up before his suicide video.
Right.
On Twitter.
That just happened to be around the same little time frame.
Yeah. I don't know if we said that. Did we say that in that podcast?
I think I may have briefly mentioned that it could be a possibility.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. And then she also says while watching this podcast, I decided to make sticky notes, that weird program on Windows, breaking down each major goal I have for 2018. Majors in quotation marks. Really makes it seem a lot more achievable and a lot more motivating for me. I've also considered starting weekly goals, breaking down things like college work and other events I have going on that week. Hopefully it helps me feel less stressed. It makes everything feel more manageable. The weekly goals isn't really a strict schedule thing. It's more like, okay, what do I need to do today? Not when do I need to do this specific thing at this specific time, which I think is more manageable. Once I get used to this, I can start setting more things like times I need to revise for college, etc. TLDR, this podcast was useful for non-YouTube related shit. Thanks, bros.
Yeah. That's great. So, yeah, that's great, actually.
That's cool. We're glad that it was useful and helpful.
You don't have to be anxious about it anymore. You can kind of take that anxiety and the nerves away a little bit.
Exactly.
By making it achievable. So that's great if it helped you out, even in a non-YouTube context.
Absolutely. Glad that you guys are listening. I think also Max Calfro may have, I feel like he commented as well, said that he was glad to see us back. This is the major show that he watches on the channel. So that's cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And thank you to all other lovely folks who commented who we might have missed in here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad we got to go through those right quick.
Yeah.
This was the fourth most watched video in the last month. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That it just came out last week.
Dope. For you commenters, this time, I want to ask you all in the comments, what was your kind of big takeaway here if you watched it through the whole way? Like, what out of this interview did you take away from? Just anything.
Hopefully.
Anything at all.
It was that they should subscribe to my channel.
Well, I mean,
we're not asking you what you can put in the comments if you get subscriptions. The thing that I got out of this interview was subscription.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good fucking point right there. The thing I got, that's actually hilarious. Holy shit. The big thing I got out of this interview was subscriptions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm. Yeah. Sub for sub. But let us know. Let us know down in the comments below what you got out of it.
Please do.
And we're going to be interviewing a lot more people.
Who's next?
So, if you want to be in the interview, let us know. If you've already talked to us before, we have you down. We gotta get you scheduled for this shit. As always, if you have any kind of like news topics you want us to talk about, just anything in general, we're at your mercy. We're down to talk about whatever, as long as you guys are interested in hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the meantime,
Agreed.
I gotta go to work in like 9 minutes. So
I feel you.
thank you again, Jay, for being on the podcast. And I've been Zach.
I've been Aden.
And we want to thank you for listening to this episode of another YouTube podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about the dogs.
Yeah. Jeez.